Hey, welcome back to Diode Press. I'm Graham. So back in December, I made a series of small illustrations and mounted them to little wood panels. And so I thought it'd be better to have them all kind of framed and mounted together to make it easier to hang and display. I got the idea for this type of frame design from a video over on John Peters' channel. I'll put a link to it down in the description box, but he has a lot of great videos on how to make different types of frames. I don't have access to a lot of woodworking equipment, so I'm keeping this frame really simple. So I picked up the strips of wood from a reuse center, and it was the perfect size for this project. And so if you're interested in purchasing this piece or anything else in the shop, I'll put a link down in the description box for that. So let's jump right into making the frame. I know I want the artwork to be flush in the front of the frame, so I positioned them along the edge and then glued another strip to give them something to rest on. I'm using this small nail gun to secure the pieces while the glue dries. And like I mentioned, I don't have much woodworking equipment, so I picked up this miter box and saw, and it worked out good for this project. After cutting all my pieces to length, I did a little bit of cleanup to get the corners looking good, and then glued it all together. I used glue and then taped the connections, and followed it up with a few nails to make it rigid. I went back and forth on the finish that I wanted for this project. The wood had a nice color and grain, but I didn't like the combination with the colors in my artwork. So the first step is going to be to add this pre-stain conditioner. I don't know if it's really necessary, particularly with the stain that I'm going to use, but it's supposed to help get an even absorption. I wanted to buy just enough supplies to make one frame, but nothing comes in small amounts, so now I have a lot of materials to make a lot of frames. I'm using Minwax Polyshade Stain for the final color. It covered really nice, and I added about 3 coats and let it dry and sand it in between. And finally I used spray-on polyurethane with a matte finish to finish it all up. I'm going to be using silver leaf along the front edge of this frame. And again, I got the idea from John Peters' channel, so make sure to go check that out. I'm using this Mona Lisa from Speedball Art Kit, and it has, all the glue and supplies that you need to do the leafing. They only had the gold leaf when I bought this, so I picked up a pack of silver leaf and then just used the glue from the gold leaf kit. And so it seemed like a pretty simple kit to use. I started off with taping the sides of the frame so the glue stays on the face. Honestly, I probably could have skipped this step and just applied the glue carefully. After the glue set up for about 45 minutes or so, I added on the silver leaf. Once it's lightly brushed down with a clean brush, it's stuck and you can tear off the excess to use on the next section. After I did the whole frame, I used a soft brush and cleaned off the excess silver. Then I took it outside for another coat of spray sealer to finish it up. To install the art inside, I positioned the 6 panels so they were evenly spaced around, and then added a little drop of hot glue to the back of each one and stuck it down. This was just so I could flip it all over without them falling out. Then I used my staple gun and I put 2 nails in the back of each panel. So whoever buys this, or if I don't like the frame, I can just change it out without too much effort. And then all that's left is to put in a set of these hooks and wire to hang it up. And then it's all done. Alright, so that wraps it up for this project. So it was a lot of fun to do a little bit of woodworking, and really I have enough supplies now to make a whole lot of frames. So that's definitely going to keep me busy for a while. And so I'll put a link in the description box again to John Peters' channel and also to my shop if you want to pick up this piece or anything else in the shop. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. To keep up with the videos when they're posted, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to help support this channel, you can check out the Diode Press Patreon page, where I post behind the scenes photos as well as other patron rewards. Thanks!